Hello everyone and welcome to the press room at Ibrox Stadium, here for Rangers versus Kilmarnock. Davie, how are you? Are you well?
I'm well. I'm looking forward to Danny Rowell's first home game, and I see he's made quite a few changes, which is a good thing to see.
I think he needed it, Davie. We're debating about how they're going to line up, so it's going to be interesting. Suggestion it might be 3 at the back, suggestion it might be 4-4-2, suggestion it might be 4-2-2-2. But at least there's 2 up front, that's for sure. Rangers made quite a few changes, that's for sure. Butland goes in goals. It's James Tavernier, John Souttar, Cornelius and Meghoma. We look like it's 4 at the back. Diamande and Raskin are in the centre, and Asgard and Gassama possibly wide, or maybe in a 10 position. And then it's Miovski and Danilo up front. At the subs bench it is Liam Killie, Max Aarons, Joe Rothwell, Connor Barron, Chermiti, Cameron, Giga, Moore and Curtis. Thoughts on that, Davie?
My thoughts are the same as you in that we're not 100% sure how they're going to line up. I personally think it might be a 4-4-2. Those old enough to remember Dick Advocat remember his 4-4-2 system. It used to have one winger and one wide midfield player who used to cut inside to give you 3 in the middle whenever the ball was on the other side of the pitch. I can see it being that kind of system. It's good to see 2 up front. I think 2 up front something that
Godsend.
yeah, well, that and the fact that I don't think we've got any player that's good enough to play up the front himself, which maybe doesn't help. But yeah, 2 up front I think is what was required. I'm still a bit jittery about it at the back, but at least it looks as if we're going to go for it today. I think we'll be more direct than we've been in the past, and let's hope that we can get a result, because after the Hearts-Celtic game, Celtic are obviously struggling. Who knows? They might get into our sights if we can win today.
Well, yeah, the early result was Hearts 3, Celtic 1. It means that Hearts are 16 clear. Celtic's gap remains 8 with a game in hand. I'm just wanting us to win, Davie. I'm not looking too far ahead at all.
Oh, yeah, absolutely right. I think Danny Rowell said that at his press conference, didn't he? We can all look as far as the next game's concerned. And I think also, if we do one game at a time, we need to look at the last game as well and say, look at all the things that went completely wrong on Thursday night. In terms of work rate, in terms of attitude, in terms of mentality, all those things have got to come first, I think, before we talk about systems and we talk about how many are up front. We've actually got to put the work in today. And I think first and foremost, the team that's been picked, with Raskin and Diamande in the middle, who I think are our 2 best central midfield players. First and foremost, I'd like to see them actually win the battle first. If we can win the battle, then we should have good enough players to win the game.
There's a lot of flexibility about that lineup. We'll go back to that in a minute. Thank you, Alistair. I nipped out of page there just to ask Alistair if I could borrow the Killie team for him. It is Beach in goals, Brandon, Stanger, Mayo, Dees, Thompson, Lyons, Watson, Kiltie, Dackers and Anderson. So it's a big guy, little guy up front, Dackers and Anderson, 5 at the back. So they're going to go 3 strong centres, 2 wing backs, 3 in the middle, and then a big guy, little guy up front. Anderson's quite quick, used to play for Aberdeen, if I remember rightly. And Libby, yep, that's right. Substitutes for Kilmarnock, Olawayemi, the goalkeeper, Williams, McKenzie, Brown, Tiffany, Lowry, Shelty Brown, Brannan and Polworth. Kilmarnock off the back of a heavy 3-0 defeat. Rangers off the back of a heavy 3-0 defeat. Both teams will look to feel their way into it. Rangers are going to have to do quicker than they did before.
Correct. It stands out a mile, actually, the number of draws there's been, not just for Rangers, but in the league in general this season. I mean, Kilmarnock have drawn half their games. We've drawn 6 of ours. How many points have we got? 8 out of 8 games. 8 out of 8 games at this time in a season usually we put you in the bottom 3. But because there's been so many draws, we're actually only 4 or 5 points away from 3rd place. So, but as you say, that's looking forward. For me, yes, Kilmarnock will be solid. Kilmarnock will be aggressive. Kilmarnock will be organised. Stuart Kettlewell's teams always are. They will get the ball forward quickly. They will put pressure on our central defenders. It looks as if, I think it's a 4. I think it's going to be Cornelius and Souttar in the centre of defence. They need to be up for the physical battle, and let's hope that we win that physical battle, because if we do, victory number 2 in our 9th league game is what I'm looking forward to.
Doesn't sound great when you say that, Davie, that's for sure. We're going to be back with all the reaction from the gantry as it comes in. I think we might go quite early just to, once we see how they're lined up, Davie, have a quick, maybe 5-10 minutes in, we'll have a wee report back. See how we got on, see how we're set up and go from there. Is there a prediction, Davie? Dare I ask?
Any prediction for a Rangers game will not say the opposition nil, because unfortunately history is telling us that everybody scores against us. I'm going to go 2-1 Rangers.
Funnily enough, that's what I tipped as well. I'd love to see Danny get a goal or two up front, so let's see how that works out. I would actually love to see just a good performance. Could we build on that 90 minutes from last week? I'm not so sure. That would be, 45 minutes from last week. I'm not sure, but that would be nice if they could go and do something like that. Let's see how we go on. Couple of minutes into the game, Davie, so it looks like three at the back. Tav, Suter and Cornelius with Meg Homa and Gassama on the left and the right, and then it's Rask and Diamandi, and it looks like Miovski's central with Danilo right and Asgard left. But when we don't have the ball, it more or less goes to a 4, so this is quite an interesting setup here.
Yeah, we've spent the last couple of minutes trying to figure it out, haven't we? I think with the ball it's quite simple. We're definitely three at the back with the ball, without doubt. I'm still not 100% sure when Kilmarnock will get the ball what the defensive shape is, because it looks like it does look like a back 4, I think, but with 3 central defenders still, so it's kind of strange looking. But when we're going forward as we are right now, you can see that there's Gassama, in fact, playing as a wing back. In fact, who's there? Hit it! Lucky. But we should play going down both wings today. You can see how wide the two men are playing. They're almost right in the touchline.
That ball was central to be hit there, wasn't it?
Absolutely. So, yeah, it does look as if McComa's sticking to the touchline almost when we've got the ball. Gassama's sticking to the other touchline, and we've got Asgard and Danilo either side of Miovski up front.
Yep, that's certainly how it looks like it's set up early on. Just 5 minutes gone, we said we'd give you a quick update on how that looks. That's how it looks. Rangers with a good move there. Gassama down the right, he cuts it back, and unfortunately nobody take the chance. Danilo had a shot which was blocked, Asgard blocked also, and it remains 0-0, 5 gone. 15 minutes gone, Davie, Rangers have the lead.
We do, and it was a well-worked free kick. Tavernier done the old trick of it, kidding on he's going to take it and then didn't take it. Then flicked a lovely ball in the middle. Cornelius came in behind Danilo, planted the header in the bottom corner. You always wait for VAR, but I think we were pretty certain this time that he was well onside. And great start, 1-0. And I think I've got to say that I like the way that they look as if they're wanting to get the ball forward today. The first thought is to look to see somebody ahead of them with the ball rather than play the ball sideways and backwards. They look as if they're a team that's been told that possession's not everything, that they've actually got to try and score goals. And let's see how they go from here.
Yeah, it's amazing because we always want it to look better. We always want to grasp anything we can, and it is better because we're actually winning this game. But it was a good free kick. Tav, the in-swinger, he's normally quite good from that. It was funny because I was saying that a minute ago about him being better from that angle than he is from normally a dead ball like a corner or something. So. And for some reason that Kilmarnock line was really quite poor, and Rangers bounced upon it. It was a good header. Rangers lead by 1-0, and yeah, that's quite a nice feeling. So let's try and keep it up.
I was actually going to say Cornelius has actually had 2 chances already. He had a header earlier on that I thought he could have done better with.
Yeah.
I think he looks as if he's a player at set pieces. If you put the ball in the middle, he's going to be a threat.
Well, he's a big guy, so why not try and aim for him? Rangers lead 1-0, 15 gone. 30 gone, Rangers still lead 1-0 and playing some quite nice stuff, Davie, but as you said, maybe not creating or testing the goalie enough.
Yeah, but especially down this left-hand side, we're getting behind the fullback quite a bit. McHoma, who I thought had a really poor game the other night, is playing much further forward today, and he looks really confident in taking his player on. He's got down the wing a couple of times, he's put a couple of half-decent crosses in, but maybe it's not testing their goalkeeper enough. But we're certainly winning the ball more, we're getting forward more, we're playing some decent passing moves. I'd say we're just a wee bit of cutting edge missing at the moment.
Yeah, and I would say that Asgard's quite central to all the good stuff that's coming down the left. He seems to be creating the overload in there, and as you said, McHoma's been quite impressive on that side. Kilmarnock not really venturing forward at all, but this is key because we've done this last week against Dundee United. It's about trying to kill off and take a chance, just as Raskin gives it away. Killie going forward now, and that's well defended by McHoma.
Well done, sir.
It's not quite got the legs, but it will go for a goal kick now. He's done really well defensively there, McHoma. Showed a lot of strength to get back in. He fancies a one-on-one, as we've seen quite a bit. I'd like to see more of Gassama. I'd like to see us give it a wee bit more to him and see if he can threaten. I'd like to see us involve Miovski and Danilo a wee bit more. Half an hour last week we were in a similar position, 1-0 up, and we were looking very confident, and we know what happened in the second half, so it's vital for Rangers, Davie, they go and press on.
Oh yeah, the confidence in this team, I think you don't want to see them getting pulled back. You never know what might happen after that. I'm a little bit concerned, if I'm honest with you, about Miovski's hold-up play. I think 2 or 3 times the ball's come into him and he's not been able to keep it. It's just bounced off him straight to the command player. We don't really have a focal point through the middle, I don't think, as the way things stand. We're playing really well down both wings, but I don't think there's anything through the middle. But who knows? I do think that the next goal's really important. I think if we get the next goal, we should really go on and do some more today.
That'd be nice, confidence boost for everyone. But at the moment it's 1-0, we're 32 gone. 43 gone, it's Rangers 1, Killie 1. Rangers just scored and had that disallowed. A lot to go over. What a horrendous goal to give away. And it all comes from Diamandi, doesn't get the foul. Kamara then get a free kick, which they should have, but Rangers should have one before it. They don't get it. And Kamara just in again as Rangers clear. They don't get it. Kamara go forward, they get a corner, they sweep it in, and Butland misses a clear punch and the boy taps it in for one each at the back post. It's another horrendous goal, David, to give away.
I had just said how we need the next goal and then we could go on from it. It should have been a free kick, it wasn't, but there was a free kick we could have cleared first, and then there was a corner we could have cleared after it. It was just a bread and butter corner that Jack Butland completely misjudged. It's actually as simple as that. He's been brilliant for us this season, but that's the first goal you could say that he's been responsible for. But within 2 minutes with the ball in the net there now, we thought we were 2-1 up. The Killie goalkeeper tried to take a quick kick out, it hit off a player, bounced over head again. Kevin Classes gave us a decision, I think. Miovski managed to bundle it in, but I think he was behind the goalkeeper. So although he was in front of the defender, I think he was behind the goalkeeper, which meant that he was offside, unfortunately. Although it did take VAR to come up with a decision.
Quickly,
so back to one each. We'll see, after all the good play they've had, that's then pulled back. Let's see what they're made of.
Yeah, unfortunately we know what they're made of. Killie on top. That goal for Rangers, it was Miovski headed it into an empty net. It was, I think the goalie hit it off Cornelius, and that's why when it looked back, Miovski was ahead of the defender but behind the goalie, which means effectively the defender becomes a goalie, and that's why he's offside. As Davie says, it's got to be 2. It's 1 each. Come on, get the boost from that, and Rangers just, that's the problem. Said it during the week, said so many times, they are as weak as piss. Cannot defend, cannot keep clean sheets, and that shows you, because this is the exact same as last week when they bossed the whole first half. They give away a stupid moment. It's 1-1, and from a very comfortable position, it's now a position of nervousness and anxiety when it shouldn't be. Rangers 1, Killie 1, and we're fast approaching half time. 50 minutes gone, Davie. Rangers lead by 2-1, and a great move down the left, and it crosses in, and Danilo tucks it away. Talk us through it.
Well, I think the first thing to say is that Danny Rule made a substitution at half time, and what he did is actually just paid off, because Miovski get taken off. Danilo had been playing to the side of him. Danilo get moved to centre forward, and there you go, the ball gets played in from the left hand side there, and who's in the middle playing centre forward? But Danilo, where he's most effective, within the area of the goal, 8 yards out, really accurate downward header and off the post, 2-1 to Rangers. And we've deserved it over the course of the game, but we needed it though, because a team like this, the longer it went at 1 each, the more worried you'd have got. Yeah,
absolutely. And you wondered if it was going to have enough power on the header, but it was so accurate, like you said, that it actually hits into the post and bounces into the net. So Rangers lead by 2-1. That change, Danilo's not, for me, a wider player. He's not a link-up player. Danilo's our best number 9 striker, and people say I'm biased with it, but I think he can finish. Maybe you're right, absolutely, but I think he's the best finisher we've got, and he's just never really had a run in this team. He's never really been able to nail that down, but that's just a small kind of view, and I think of how good he can be. Rangers though, certainly playing on their nerves at times. You've seen that back pass where Butland should come and clear it, he doesn't, tabs in, having to scramble it away. You really need to go and get a third goal, and just, I think they would relax a wee bit with that as well, because there's passes like that there where they're trying to force it and they shouldn't and don't need to.
Yeah, if I just go back to Danilo just for a little minute, The one thing I will say is that the way we're playing today, we're actually getting the ball into the box better. We're getting the ball in more often, especially down the left-hand side, as you say. And Danilo was a penalty. For me, he's a penalty box player. He's not a leader of the line. He's not a player that will hold up play outside the box. But I think he is a player who, if the ball gets into the box, he'll be able to find space in it. So I think it doesn't surprise me that he was the one to score the goal. We do need another one though, let's be honest. I can already tell it's getting a bit nervy, and there's still 35 minutes to go, so it could be a long time.
I
know, but it's better today. That is better. But without being brilliant, I can see there's a wee bit of progress today. I think I'll try and be positive until it all falls apart.
I think you're right. I think that's all fair comments. They have at time moved the ball better. You can see they've worked on getting it down the left-hand side and stuff. Just as this one comes out, free header, back post. Oh, what a save by Jack Butland. That was Anderson, I think that was, at the back post. It breaks out, and there's a yellow card shown there as well, I think, to Cornelius.
Must have been a late tackle, I don't know.
Must have been a ball after, but that was one that went over Tab's head, back post header down. It's going straight into the corner, but a wonderful save by Butland. And just as we're talking about looking like we could concede and looking a bit nervous, come on, it almost equalised. We'll stick with it just while Killie have got this corner. There was a booking at the back. I'm not quite sure who it was. I think Cornelius was the nearest Rangers man to it. So
must have been a late tackle. I can't see
yeah. Barnett looked to move this in now. Raskin blocking David Watson, it comes back out. Kilmarnock are going to swing this in again, they do. And it's headed high and wide. Rangers survive, they lead 2-1. There's about 57 on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Rangers 3, Kilmarnock 1. And not only have we scored a third, but we have witnessed a goal from Yousef Chermiti.
We have. The ball just fell to him just outside the penalty box.
It was a bad pass,
It was a bad crossfield pass for one of the Kilmarnock players. He didn't seem to have many options on, so he just decided to weather it. and to be fair, it was on target, it was travelling. I think the goalkeeper probably should have saved it, but who cares? Hopefully that'll do him the world of good, but the big guy, because obviously the price tag is going to weigh heavily on him. He's got a goal, 50,000 people are delighted at it, and let's hope we can take him from there.
Yeah, just as you begin to hear the crowd, Davie describes it perfectly. It was a bad crossfield pass for the Kilmarnock right back. It goes straight to Chermiti, he takes a touch, and you're kind of thinking, go and run in with it. Nope, just leathers it. Kilmarnock goalie diving, gets a hand, probably should keep it out. It goes in the opposite corner. Rangers lead 3-1. We needed that, he needed that. Rangers heading towards, in fact, I'm not going to say it. There's 15 minutes left. Rangers lead by 3-1. Davie, there's 82 minutes gone just as Rangers lead by 3-1. We were talking about it there, just at 2-1, there was such a huge moment in the game.
Yeah, the header at the back post, when the ball got floated in, went over Tavernier's head. I think it was Anderson who came in at the back post. His header looked a scorer to me, right in the bottom corner. Jack Butland made a great save. I think after the game, a lot of folk will focus on him today and say, oh, he sold the goal, and he did. But actually, if that had went to each at that moment in time, who knows how this game would have turned out. I think it was a huge moment, and he's been our best player this season, and I think it's maybe worth mentioning.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those sliding door moments in the game. Rangers then obviously go on and get our third. By the way, we could have added a fourth. Mikey Moore with a shot which took a looping deflection, which was almost for it was just wide. But Rangers comfortably in charge now. It's funny how the players look a lot more confident on the ball, knocking it about well. Now that they've got that little cushion, Max Aarons has come on at the right and seen a lot of the ball as well. So Rangers comfortably about 83 minutes. When you're thinking about a man of the match, Davie, where does your kind of thoughts lie in that?
There's probably there's 2 or 3 candidates for me. I thought first half McComa was excellent, although we've not really seen him as much after in the second half. I think Cornelius has been a real threat in the opposition box. Other than that, I don't think there's star performances, but I think we've looked far more solid and compact today, and direct and purposeful. it's just very different from what we've been watching before.
Yeah, it's been solid without being exceptional. I think that's fair. Derek Cornelius, I think, was the name that came into my mind with him scoring the first. He had one off the line there, been pretty solid throughout. And with you, I think there's been a lot of decent moments, but no outstanding performances, just as Rangers have it again. Raskin should float this in, I think. He's going to fizz it in. Goalie saves that one. It remains 3-1. It's been an afternoon where, after getting pegged back, Rangers scored at the right time within the first 10 minutes of the second half. Good ball in by Meg Homa, and then Danilo's header. The third is a mistake by the Kilmarnock, I think fullback it was. It played it across the face of goal. Chermiti then bangs that home. But what he needed, what Rangers needed, and we've got probably about 6-7 minutes left plus injury time, so 10 minutes or so left. Rangers 3-1 at the moment. Another goal wouldn't hurt, we would enjoy that, but at the moment they're doing fine. Rangers have had the ball in the net again. It is Nico Raskin. It was brilliant ball forward. Chermiti takes a lovely touch, then feeds it. Raskin's running onto it, but then he takes a heavy touch, Davie. It's tackled, and between him and Moore plays it in front of him. Raskin goes in, finishes it brilliantly in the corner. VAR's checking, but this has went on for a minute or two, so we're interested to see how this is going to go.
Yeah, the flag went up quite quickly, but it obviously must be close. As you say, Raskin's first touch was too heavy, but
really good by Chermiti.
Chermiti held the ball up really well, put him through really well. He gave us a kind of 2 against 1. He overran it, but then Moore won it back, played him in, and he finished it really well, right in the far corner. And we're just waiting now to see what Mr. VAR's saying about it, because it's taken a long time. The lines must be getting drawn. No doubt there'll be a blue one and a green one, and we'll see what one it's going to be.
Yeah, well, this has been well over a minute now, as you can see by the counter. It must be a close decision. Raskin takes a heavy touch, he's tackled. Moore wins it and plays Raskin in again. So it's going to be close to see where we are with this one. It was lovely though by Chermiti. He's actually done really well since he's come on. He chests it, and as Raskin is running towards him, he just lays it in. So Raskin's beyond and running at the final defender. So we'll see how this goes. It's certainly taken its time, that's for sure. I'm going to tell Davie to take a photo for the internet, just in case it is a goal. But Rangers do lead 3-1. The VAR check now going. You can see by how long we've been on. It's a minute 45. Decision is about to be made. He's walking back, which tells you he's going to be off.
No, I'm not sure. Oh, come on. How can it take this long?
A few excited shouts from the support there.
Oh, come on, Clancy.
Over 2 minutes now for this decision is a long time. Must be really close.
How can it take this long?
They must have the Rangers lines and the Celtic lines out for this one, folks. It's taken a long time. We're out at 2.5 minutes. We've been on, and it was on for 30 seconds before we came on.
Oh, come on. Oh, somebody's speaking in his ear, I think. It's offside.
It's going to be offside, yep. Hand is finally up. So 3 minutes for it to get to that decision. It remains 3-1 to Rangers. Just a far too long. 92 on the clock. Rangers lead by 3-1. Davie, they've also had 2 goals chopped off by VAR.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a decent afternoon. Solid, decent. Apart from that couple of minutes for the first half where they wobbled, but they responded in the second. Shape seemed to suit them a wee bit better. And yeah, we'll take that 3 points all day long.
Of course we will. It has been more positive today. We're still a team that looks really suspect. We're still a team that looks as if we need things to go our way. But in saying that, we've played better today. We've created quite a few chances, as you say. We've had 2 goals chalked off as well as scored 3 goals.
Tavernier.
And there's Tavernier going through it. Oh, handball maybe, no?
It's Clancy, we're not getting.
This is very true. So I think there's a couple of real positives today. One is Cornelius, I think we mentioned already, who I think has looked solid at the back and dangerous in the opposition penalty area. And I've got to say it, Big Chermiti has played really well since he's come on. He's held the ball up, he's been physically strong, he's scored a goal, he's brought other players into play. I know it's only 20 minutes and I know it's for £8 million you expect a lot. But let's be fair, he gets lots of criticism when he doesn't play well. He's played well today, so we should give him a bit of praise.
Yeah, Davie, don't need to justify it to me. 20 minutes, he's scored a goal, he's held up, he's brought people in, he's created opportunities, he's put in a shift. And yeah, it might be the minimum or whatever anybody wants to say about it, absolutely. But at the same time, you know, he's still got to go out there and done it. And he's obviously had a point to prove from Thursday night where I thought he was genuinely quite poor. And he would have been stunned by the criticism. But Rangers are going to win this by 3-1. And we'll take that every day of the week.
We will. I think the manager said the other day, or the head coach said the other day, it's one game at a time, don't look any further than the next game. So here is the next game, 3 points. It's only our second win of the season, but it's something to build on. It's something to I think we've found a style of play that suits us a little bit better. We've got a manager that's getting the ball forward more, we've got a manager that's getting them pressing better. So let's build for there. Easter Road on Wednesday night, we have a really tough game. Let's see how they do.
Yeah, a tough game, but it's a game full of opportunities. You don't want to look too far, you enjoy this 3 points, but momentum, keep going. Rangers are going to win this by 3-1. Thanks everybody for joining us from a very chilly, cold Ibrox, and we've no hair, remember, so it's no easy. 3-1 Rangers.
The Four Lads podcast is sponsored by Rhino Express, Clydeview Joinery, Athol Industrial Solutions Limited and CSD Air Conditioning in partnership with Black Rooster and Art of Gold. Thank you for listening to or watching the podcast. We hope you enjoy.